Greetings and welcome to the show, Balance. Get some in your life. What's happening, good people? You know what it is. It's your host, Freddie Taylor here, FreddieTaylor.com, ready to bring you a little balance and give you a marathon update because you know what time it is. Pimp it all right. You see the headband, you see the earphones. I know you see the sweat. It's all over my face. What you don't see, the water. Smaller glass today, but I drank a full one already. Got to stay hydrated out here in this heat. What's happening, good people? Quick marathon update for you. Today's theme is no excuses. It's day 44 of marathon training. It's a hectic week. I got some traveling going on, but I just wanted to let you know that there's no excuses. When you set a goal and you're determined to achieve that goal, then you can't allow the simple circumstances of life to get in your way. Things are never going to go right. It's never going to be perfect, and you're never always going to have all green lights. Everyone is never going to agree with you. There's going to be naysayers. There's going to be roadblocks. There's going to be whatever, X. We'll just call it X. X always occurs, and it can frustrate you unless you have the right mental mindset. Now, in previous episodes of marathon updates, we talked about visualization. I'm still getting my visualization on. I'm running mentally tough. We talked about mental toughness. Sticking with that theme there. I went before I'm ready. You got to get out there and prepare yourself as best as you can. But at some point, you're going to have to take the leap of faith and go for it. Sticking with that mentality. But today, I want to add no excuses to the matter. Like I said, this is going to be a really disjointed week for me. And at the end of the week, my big run this week is 12 miles, which would be the most that I've ran this particular year in marathon training. I'm in week 7 of training. After next week, that'll be halfway. It's the halfway point. We got a half marathon next week. So it's starting to get serious, and it's very important that I don't miss any of these long runs. Like today, I ran 6 miles. I was scheduled to do a 3-mile run today, but I want to make sure that I'm getting my longer miles in because I'm taking a road trip later in the week, and I'll be missing some actual running days. So I want to push up my long runs and just get them in. It's going to be tough doing them back to back. Tomorrow I'm going to take a rest day. It would be a rest day, but I'm actually going to do a little bit of cross training just to stay active. Cross training is supposed to be done on Saturday, but I want to bump that into my early workout and get it done. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to do my 12-mile run. I'm going to get it in, outside. I love the heat. I love what it's doing for my lungs, the preparation. The runs are hard, but no excuses. We can't live our lives on excuses. I had a good friend of mine, Neil, shout out to Neil out there on the East Coast, hailing from the UK though. But he posted something that stuck with me. It's a quote by Henry Ford. And I can't remember exactly how it goes, but basically you can't build a reputation on what you say you're going to do. You can't build a reputation on talk. You can't achieve any goals on talking. Otherwise, everyone will hit their goals, because if you tune in to Facebook, I tell you, it's the most wonderful world ever created, because everyone achieves their goals. Everyone is God-loving. Everyone has the perfect relationship. Everyone has the perfect life. It's a lot of talk that goes on Facebook, but I bet that the results are a lot different from the chatter and the talk that goes on. So you can't build a relationship on that talk alone. You got to get out here and get sweaty. It's hard out here. You got to dig. You got to bend your back. You got to work. If I squoze this headband out, you will see a lot of sweating. To a lot of you, that might be disgusting, but to me, that turns me on, because I know I've been out here busting my ass, getting prepared to check a major goal off of my goals list. They call it a bucket list nowadays, thanks to the movie, but it's just about setting life goals and achieving them. So running 26.2 miles is a major goal of mine, something that I've been wanting to do now for about 10 years, but I had kept putting it off. And today, this is the year. I started this journey 3 years ago. Let me give you some more no excuses. But I started this journey 3 years ago because I said to myself, you know what, Freddie, you are not getting any younger. And this 26.2 miles is going to stay the same, but with that additional age on top of, the age that I already have. I'm 35 years old right now. It's only going to get tougher. It's not like your body gets better the older you get. It actually deteriorates at a faster rate, because it deteriorates pretty much after about 16 to 18 years old. But anyway, you can slow down the deterioration process by working out consistently and staying in shape. So 3 years ago, I set out 2008. I said, I'm going to run a marathon. I'm going to run a marathon. My wife talked some sense into me and said, maybe you shouldn't go from running 2 or 3 miles or 4 miles being your longest run to jumping into a marathon. And she suggested that I start with a half marathon. So, okay, so here we go. 2008, I trained for 18 weeks following a similar program thanks to Hal London. It's the marathon training schedule guy that I use. I used his half marathon training schedule. I made it 2 hours and 25 minutes or something like that later, and a horrific pain because 13 miles was unbelievably far to me when I was starting this journey. But I finished. You know, I checked that goal. Well, I checked that halfway goal, but I knew that that was preparation for my ultimate goal, which was 26.2 miles. So again, I didn't allow the excuse of, oh, I'm not ready to run 26 miles. Oh, I'm not really prepared. I haven't been out here running. You know how hot it is outside, you know, and all the myriad of excuses that you might hear on a day-to-day basis. But I ran the 13.1 miles, got that under my belt in preparation for year 2, which was 2009. I ran the 13.1 miles, the half marathon. 2010, I was going into training, paid my money for the Chicago Marathon. I was all excited to run, got into my training around week 12 or week 13. I got injured. I hurt my foot. If any of you have been following me, you know I injured my foot real bad. I tried to run. I couldn't. There was a stress fracture. I had to just relax and get off my foot, ice it, and give it some time to heal. I did that. This is year 3 now, 2011. I'm signed up for the Indianapolis Marathon. Chicago Marathon closed on me early. Registration filled up. You know, a lot of crazy people out here want to run 26.2 miles. But I'm back, man. You know, no damn excuses. You know, I got injured, whatever, shake it off. It's in the past. It was a learning lesson. I learned from it. Can't buy cheap shoes. You can't use shoes from the year before in a new marathon. You got to take care of your feet. So I bought a new pair of shoes. I'm out here running, and in about a week or 2, I'm going to buy another pair of shoes just to make sure, because I'll be damned if I go through all this training again and I don't at least get a chance to get out here on the streets of Indianapolis and achieve my goal of running 26.2 miles. But no excuses is what I want to drill into you today. No freaking excuses. There's no excuses. If you want to attain something in your life, then the only person that you can turn to is you. The only person that can hold you back is you, because it don't matter what people do, what they say, how many roadblocks they put up in front of you. You know, if you're mentally in it, you're mentally tough, and you mentally want to achieve that, you will climb over, through, around, under, and teleport to the other side if necessary in order to achieve that goal. So ultimately, it all comes down to you. It doesn't matter what other people do. It doesn't matter if God's not listening. It doesn't matter if you got it in your mind that you want to achieve something, because the essence of God, you know, and I didn't mean to get all like religious here or spiritual or not, but the essence of God is your thoughts. So as long as you concentrate your thoughts, the power will concentrate and manifest whatever it is that you're trying to create in your life. So you have to remember that you have this God-like energy inside of you. And as long as you focus your mind on achieving the results that you deem honorable, noble, and attainable and worthy in your life, then you will have more energy than you know. You will have more drive, more creativity, more ability to achieve than you could ever imagine in your life. So I hope you take heed to those words wherever you get them from. Take it in, internalize it, and achieve whatever it is you're trying to strive through. But you're going to have to be mentally tough, and you're going to have to set excuses to the side, just like I did today. Anyway, it's your host, Freddie Taylor here at FreddieTaylor.com, reminding you, no excuses. No excuses, period. Get it done. But also, all things happen first in the mind, then in reality. Let's go get them.